A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there to my channel, the Twinflame Union. Now, this is a channeling session. I have done a similar channeling session before where I spoke about how the twin flames could be star seeds, how they have extraterrestrial connections. And in this channeling, the divine masculine understands the connections human beings have with extraterrestrials, aliens, higher beings, because the divine masculine has always been one of those people who was very limited in their knowledge towards earth life, though they always felt that they were very different, but they never gave a proper name to it, or they could never really understand. So they were very much absorbed in the materialistic world: houses, cars, money, cash, objects, phones, clothes, brands, going to fancy colleges, getting fancy degrees, getting a job in a typical corporate scenario that would give them a big name in the society. Big name as in not like they'll become some famous celebrity, but like everyone would appreciate them or look up to them and things like that. It's because of their connection with the divine feminine, who they actually thought was cuckoo in the head, was some stupid person who spoke about intuition or other dimensions, or their life as a soul, or their existence as a spirit. So he used to really think these are extremely stupid concepts and they don't even exist. They have no place in the real world. And he would look at the divine feminine as some kind of a crazy person. I know many of you will resonate with it, because some of you even spoke to your divine masculine about them being in a twin flame journey, or them being in a ascension journey, if not twin flame journey. And I'm sorry to say this, but some of you even were completely laughed at by your DM, who was completely zapped, or who found you to be a very immature person to be talking about these type of things. Like, we are a soul, we are a spirit, we must do deeds like this, we must not be so materialistically blind, or things like that. Now, the divine feminines were also being... This is how it has been with many of you, so I'm not saying anything out of the world or something which is not happening to you also. I know that this information, because the way I'm relaying it, I am finding it a bit humorous to actually relay it, because some people find it funny to talk about aliens or UFOs or extraterrestrial beings or different types of healings. But due to the pandemic, due to the 2020 pandemic, due to what the world is going through, which people would not have believed if 1 year back also, if someone would have told you that a pandemic would happen, a global pandemic would happen. Yes, there is war going in Syria, but everyone ignored it. Yes, there are all these crazy hybrid quality food has been created, which is very bad for human beings, but people ignored it. There is so much pollution. There is a population bomb on planet Earth, but people ignored it. There was fire in Amazon, the forest. So many animals got burnt over there, but people ignored it. So many things were happening on this planet. They were happening in different parts of the world, but people were ignoring it because everybody was living their selfish lives. So now this channeling is literally, this is what the channeling is. I was not even expecting that I would be channeling it right now at this point in time. I'm normally asleep at this time. It's 1:46 a.m. in the night. So, and I was sleeping. I don't know why, but I woke up and I cannot go back to sleep, and I have to relay this channeling, and probably then I will go back to sleep. So I'm also being told to speak about magic mushrooms. I don't know how many of you have experience in magic mushrooms. They are not like LSD. They are not like any drugs that is available. All these drugs like LSD or meth or all these harmful drugs were created by the reptilian ETs, the reptilian extraterrestrial hybrids that live on planet Earth amongst humans. They were created by them. The drugs, the real drugs that are found in the chemist shops, they were all created so that the human beings, the minds of the human beings could not come to a level where it should come to actually. So psilocybin cubensis is the scientific name of magic mushrooms, and I personally have experience in this, and this is the same magic mushroom that was mentioned in a book called Alice in Wonderland. So again, these are things that would be very popular in coming time. This is what I've been told literally, that and I'm just relaying this information, that in future psilocybin cubensis will be very, very famous in the spiritual groups, people who are in the spiritual field, because the magic mushrooms show you another world. They show you other dimensions. So some of you probably have already had some extraterrestrial encounter because of magic mushrooms. And I am one of those people who had, who could visit a different dimension, not once or twice, but I think, I think twice or thrice. And no, I never knew about magic mushrooms. I was given magic mushroom, or it was information was handed over to me when I had gone for a 1 month silent retreat in Pokhara, Nepal, and I had gone there only for 10 days, but I ended up living there for 4 weeks in a place, in a very magical place where a lot of other travelers are also stuck just like me. They had also come there for a week, 10 days or 5 days or 2 days. In my case, I was there only to have lunch, and I ended up staying there for 4 months. So yes, these things happen to people who are on a spontaneous journey. They don't know, they don't plan these things, but at that point in time, the universe gives them everything. They give them money, they give them time, they give them, something happens. It's all divine intervention. So the divine feminines have tried to explain the divine to the divine masculines, that we are all mystical beings and we are here on planet Earth for specific things, for specific work, and our time is precious, and we are not like everybody else. We are not here to live like a machine or a zombie. But he laughed at it, he mocked her, and he even did not believe her. Now, ever since 2020 has happened, the divine masculines have also, a lot of them have also got this awakening that this life is genuinely temporary and people's time matters over here. So the more you will strengthen your connection with nature and nature beings, it would be better for you. And when we say nature beings, we mean animals who are specially living with humans, like cows or horses or dogs or cats. These are social animals. They are very close to human beings. I am not talking about chicken or things that people eat, animals that people eat. I am talking about social animals, because social animals have a very close DNA with the human being. So they should be treated well. Animals in the woods who live in the forest, they should be treated well. Fur coats and fur clothes should not be worn, especially because they have very negative energy and very dark energies there. Snake skin. Now, if you really want to use it, then you should, if you've ever lived in the woods, you would know that if you go to the woods or if you live there, you would know that you find certain animals' skin left in the nature. Like how Shiva used to sit on tiger skin, because those were the dead tigers who would die with their own old age. It was their skin. Okay. And this is a very common thing that sages and seers in India used to do, because sitting on tiger skin, you don't feel cold, you don't feel the moisture. There are many benefits of it, but they would never kill a tiger for that. They would never kill an animal for that. Even Buddha, he used to tell his monks to pick whatever they would get from the woods, whatever is dead. So it would be dead fruits. They were not allowed to pluck the fruits on the trees, only the fruits that were lying on the ground. Okay. And also back in those days, the forest used to be very high in resources when it came to food. Like there would be many berries, many fruit trees, many food items would genuinely be available naturally. So the monks used to go to collect food to the forest many times. And it was Buddha's advice to them that if you find a dead animal who has freshly died, also bring that animal and we can eat it. Because the animal, you're not killing the animal. The animal is not dying because you're giving pain to that animal. But it has died because of old age, and that meat can then be eaten. So Buddha had very different philosophies, but he was treating a dead animal and the fallen fruits in the same way. So there's a big difference in how people, some people have perceived him or miscommunicated his teachings also. So I would like to talk about it here in this channeling. You should not eat food that is close to your DNA. So chicken or mutton, red meat, this is all close to your DNA, because these animals have a smarter, DNA than others. That is why they say that seafood is okay to be eaten. But when you talk about dolphins and whales and sharks, especially dolphins and whales, they are very intelligent animals. So they should not be eaten. So there are many such things that twin flamers need to know. Now, coming to the title of this channeling, the divine masculine is now awakening to this thought that this life on planet Earth, or the human life that he has been raised in, that is not the only reality, because he is also having certain mystical experiences. Like he saw the divine feminine many times in the dream space. When he saw her in the dream space after blocking her from every other place possible in his logical, analytical mind, he really began to think that there is something more to this connection. Or when he saw this pandemic, like lots and lots of divine masculines got their awakening in the pandemic also, because they were completely cut off from the world, and they are very logical. As we always say, they are logical, analytical. Even I'm saying it's statistical, maths wise, they are like this, calculation and blah, 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 whatever it is they do. But they could not calculate this pandemic. They could not, understand from a logical perspective what is happening to the world. But now they are all seeing, because they're intelligent beings as well. They are intelligent because they have the same DNA. They are mirroring the divine feminine, so they have to be at par with her. They are intelligent. So from their intelligence level, they are understanding that, okay, this is something we never thought could happen, which means that anything can happen. And the world is definitely changing. And there will be, like after 2020, from 21, 2021 also will bring a lot of shocks, revelations and surprises also to a lot of people. And I have been saying that, even not just now in this channeling, but I had sort of already predicted certain things, including a global pandemic, but the word pandemic was not used, but I had said that the world would go to huge changes, and no one would have, even believed it would happen, because they are materialistic people. Only materialistic people don't see the truth as truth, because they are completely not in their senses. Now, when we talk about the divine feminines becoming good in materialistic areas, I have also said, please understand the difference. Making money by whatever XYZ things versus making money by doing what you love. There's a very big difference in two things. Okay. Also, being rich mentally, being wealthy mentally, being content mentally is a very different thing. So then it goes towards being abundant, okay? Being very good in manifestations. So both of them, because he is increasing his intuition power, his otherworldly knowledge that this is not the only life. The soul has been reborn many times. Some of the divine masculines are also having experiences like they're having some out of body experiences which they never thought would happen to them. They have started reading a lot, they have started researching a lot. So this is actually being mirrored by the opposite polarity of divine feminine becoming really smart in the materialistic world. Like she knows how to handle relationships, she knows how to give it back to narcissistic people or over smart people or people who have been controlling her life for many years. So how she is behaving in the materialistic world, which is the opposite polarity of how he is understanding the concepts of the intuitive mind. So he is reading about aliens, he is reading about extraterrestrial beings, he is reading about other worlds, he's reading about other planets, he's reading about other galaxies, and he's also reading a lot about supernatural, paranormal, parapsychological events. He's watching a lot of documentaries. Because these things are happening to him now. Okay, as long as they were not happening, he made a joke out of it. But now, even the positive confidence that the divine feminine had about the relationship between them, the twin flame relationship, he didn't believe it. That's why he ran away from it. But after running for so long, he is coming back to it and he keeps thinking about her. So he's actually thinking that I was probably the one who should have been laughed upon because I told her certain things that you're stupid, what is this twin flame, or what is this ascension, what is this spirituality, there is no such thing as that, we are here, we have to do this. So many things he was against at that point in time about the environment. He was doing way too much show off, way too much fancy products, way too much of this, way too much body conscious. He was very, very attached to the body, his good looks, or if they were good looks, or if they had good looks, or if they thought that they are very good looking. So when they saw some people dying in their family, unfortunately that happened to some of them, they lost some people, or they found out about their friends or some people in their circle who lost somebody who was just fine 2 days back and they died suddenly. So many death newses and so many people falling sick and losing faith in the constitution of their country or the government setups or so many such things, If you are a Westerner, if you are in America, then 2020 was full of riots and 2020 had all these propaganda conspiracy theories going on. You don't know what is the truth, you don't know what is false, but there is way too much proof floating in the internet, floating everywhere, that it's not possible for someone to put a blind eye to these things. So if you're in the Western world also, and if you're in the Indian subcontinent also, everyone is being shook by whatever is going on, and it will increase. Okay, so spirituality and meditation, this will come up as the new world order, new age things. This will no longer be a luxury, my love, my people, my friends. It will be a necessity. Those who want to save their lives, those who want to be happy, those who want to live, those who want to be content, those who want to be at peace, they would have to turn to a holistic approach. Otherwise, they will die because of untimely deaths. And you want to see it as a prediction, you can see it as a prediction. You want to see it as a channeling, it's up to you. But imagine I was sleeping, I was in deep sleep, I woke up to do this. And I will go back to sleep again after I finish it. So this is what is being relayed in this particular channeling, that the divine masculine is becoming open towards these mystical concepts which he was making fun of, or he thought that it's impossible, these things exist. He thought this is just a figment, fraction, or something of somebody's imagination. But now he thinks that no, this is not imagination, this is not a joke, this is real world, and he will see more of it and he will realize his mistake. To some of them, they will even say sorry, they will even apologize, and they will be like, okay, I should not have done this. Some of them are even getting inspired by healthy lifestyle choices. So also do research about psilocybin cubensis as per this channeling session. Do some research about extraterrestrial connections. Do some research about hybrid alien concepts. I know a lot of divine feminines are very much interested in the supernatural. So, because we are here to study both aspects, so I know you're already doing it, you have done it, but now the divine feminines are going to become more and more abundant. This is also being shown in the channeling, because their materialistic abundance, their materialistic confidence in the materialistic world, because this confidence is coming from the fact that we are a spirit. So as a spirit, you don't feel scared about death or about the body things or about not wearing a branded Chanel top or something like that. So on this note, I'm going to be ending this channeling session. One love and peace out.